My name is Heather Hess Chatterjee. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and I work for VA Butler Healthcare System.
My name is Ryan Burcham. I'm a licensed professional counselor and I work for the Pittsburgh Vet Center.
We are stationed in the grief counseling tent here at the Traveling Wall. The purpose of us being here is to help veterans who feel that they need some support and maybe just an ear to listen to some of their issues as they leave the tent, leave the wall area. Sometimes seeing the wall triggers their emotions, and having someone here to talk to is helpful for them.
Exactly as Heather said, we're here to support the veterans that come out to the wall, and I think more importantly, not just today only, but to get a face-to-face with veterans that might not be familiar with the different VA services available to them in the area. So also to provide more information for future care for our local veterans.
Now, have you been seeing a lot of people coming through, or just?
I was here yesterday, and we had a veteran come through yesterday. He was feeling triggered by his emotions as he walked the wall area, and he had just wanted to talk to someone. I think an interesting thing about grief is, grief is normal. It happens. When you lose someone, grief is an emotional reaction to loss. But what happens sometimes is, especially in combat veterans, they're not allowed, or they don't have the opportunity to grieve normally if they're in a combat zone. So what happens is that grief is kind of compartmentalized for years and years and years, and then something like the wall triggers that door opens a little bit, and they're kind of afraid of the emotions that are going to come with that, so they stop in and see us.
Exactly. So today, I guess, has been a little slower for us. It's good and bad, but it's a pleasure to be out here and to socialize with some of the veterans that are coming through that were part of that piece of our history.
This is, I run into this talking to some of the veterans. Where I wasn't in Vietnam, we had a lot of our, the people in my units were. A lot of my equipment was from Vietnam too. They would tell the stories that happened to them over there, and we all prayed like, let's not repeat this over again. And I can imagine some of the stuff that's going on right now, even though it has been 50 years. Time flies.
Yes. I think, and maybe Ryan can speak more to this because he is a veteran and he is a combat veteran. Although the experiences are not exactly the same, the traumatic experiences are not exactly the same, some of the symptoms and issues that result from that are similar. Although everybody processes trauma and grief differently, I think that some of the symptoms are shared amongst the different eras.
I think another thing too is just putting it in context, being able to see the wall and see each of the names on the wall and how many there are, knowing that each one of those names is a person, somebody's friend, somebody's father, somebody's son, loved one, what an important part of the community, they are, and how the magnitude of how many were lost in Vietnam. It's really a real sobering experience.
And to expand on what Ryan said, I think that some veterans experience survivor's guilt.
Yep.
Why am I here?
Exactly.
And all of these people are not here. And trying to figure out what that means for them. And that guilt carries with them for many, many years. And often veterans use some unhealthy coping skills to kind of deal with all that emotional pain. The guilt, the sadness, So if I would recommend anything is if a veteran is struggling with any of these kind of feelings and emotions, that they reach out and ask for help. We're here for them. If they need us, just please reach out.
Yeah, Yeah, could definitely contact the VA, contact the vet center, call the crisis lines. We've gotten a lot of good feedback from all those services for those veterans that do choose to use us.
Yes. And if they could use, if they're feeling like they have periods where they're not coping well, that the crisis line is there for them. The number is 1-800-273-8255, and for veterans, if they press 1 when they call the number, they will get staff that work just with veterans.
Great thing about the tribute wall here is the fact that for folks that have never had the opportunity to make the DC to see the memorial, this gives them an opportunity at least to see the 80% replica. So folks that have never had closure and need that, this has been a great opportunity. The thing that really impressed me is not only the VA staff, but the volunteers that donated time and materials to make this a reality. And they did it in a relatively short period of time. And just from being out here, folks that have come up and thought that the walkways and the benches and all that had been here permanently, those have just been put in over the past few months by the VA staff and the volunteers that donated time and materials. Just having been out here, you can appreciate the level of respect that people have today for the sacrifices made for those who served in the Vietnam War. I myself, I looked through the book and it kind of caught me off guard, the youth that was involved or the short tours that people spent before they were killed in action. And that really hits home, especially when you look at how young they were and the connection that they had to this area, the Butler County area. So to have this here in place and have folks be able to come out and show that level of support to these veterans has been long overdue, but it's actually outstanding to see that happen today.
Okay. Good.
My name is Dwight Butler. I am the outreach coordinator for VA Butler Healthcare. So since we've had the wall come here on Wednesday night, we've had a steady flow of veterans and non-veterans here at VA Butler Healthcare. This has been one of the largest events that we've had in recent memory. And it's been quite good for us for a number of different reasons at VA. It's helped kind of get the word out about our new building opening here on September 5th. But more importantly, it's helping us to spread the word about VA healthcare and other VA benefits to veterans who might not otherwise come to VA. We've had a number of veterans that this has been their first time on a VA property that we're able to explain a number of benefits that they might be eligible for. We've also had veterans that have had bad experiences in the past with VA. We've been able to kind of turn that around and get them enrolled or explain to them how VA has changed and the benefits that are available. We've also had a number of community members that have always seen the VA here, but they've never actually stopped in. And it was a good first experience for them to see the VA, meet some staff members, and a humbling experience to see what the veterans have gone through as far as the wall here and the service members that have lost their lives in defense of the country. So it has been quite a good experience overall for, I think, all of our staff as well as the VA in general. As a veteran, it's quite a mix of emotions for me here. Although I'm not a Vietnam veteran, I am a combat veteran. I've lost a lot of friends in the service. I was hurt pretty bad myself. I was medically retired from the Marine Corps. So there's a lot of similarities when you see the veterans here that have lost friends and loved ones. You get a sense of that, your own time in service as well. So it's been that, but I'm also happy to see so many veterans out here and so many people coming to pay their respects to those who lost their lives. And there's been a lot of joy here, a lot of people that haven't seen each other in a number of years. There have been people that really, this is the first time since Vietnam or some other branch or some time that they've served that they've really talked about their service. So I think it's been both good and bad, and kind of bittersweet for me as a veteran to see this wall here and everything that comes with it, both the good and the bad.
Have you been over to DC to see the real one?
I have not, no. I've been to DC. I saw the World War II memorial. I've seen a number, but when I was there, I just didn't get the time to see the Vietnam Wall. I'm hoping to make it down sometime. My dad is a Vietnam veteran. He was actually out here yesterday in the morning. and so that was a humbling experience for him. He was here back in 2000 when it first came here, or when it was last year rather. But just for him to kind of come out and kind of reach back into some of those memories and some of the friends that he had lost when he was in service, and he's a Butler County native as well, so it was quite good for him, and for us to have that experience together. It was the first time I came with him when it was first here, but I hadn't yet served in the military, and now myself being a veteran and him, I think it meant a lot more to him and to me as well. I think having us both served coming out to this event.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Hello, I'm Tony Ritz. I work at the Erie Vet Center. I'm an MVC driver. I drive the mobile vet center, and our primary responsibility is outreach, get out and talk to as many combat veterans as we possibly can and let them know about vet center services. We started in 1979, 1980 time frame in this part of the country. Pittsburgh was one of our first vet centers. We do one-on-one and group counseling. Try and get out and talk to as many veterans as we possibly can. I'm from the Erie Vet Center, typical vet center in today's world. We have 5 counselors, an office manager, and if you happen to have a mobile vet center, we have a driver like myself. I am definitely not a clinician. What else do you want to say? Anything about the vehicle?
That or why you're here?
We're here supporting our Vietnam veterans at a moving wall. It's always an emotional time as veterans come back and pay tribute and respect to our Vietnam veterans that we lost in the war. So we come out to support those veterans, and if they have questions or any kind of thing that we can help them with VA services, but also just a lending ear for them to rely on.
Okay, thank you.
On this 19th day, July 2017.
On the camera.
Oh, it's your fault.
My fault, yes it is.
Better edit that out.
Hello, I'm Kurt Esman. I'm one of Butler County's photographer videographers covering this event here at the Memorial Wall. With me right now is some supports our family members.
Yes. Mary Jane Double, and it's for our father, Thomas Russell Kistner, who was killed in action on December 21st, 1967.
My name is Evelyn Bump. And I'm Teresa Guthrie, also daughter of the oldest daughter.
So you're all 3 sisters?
We're
Yes.
sisters.
Have you ever been to DC to see the memorial?
At night, yes.
How is this event playing for you? How is it closure?
It's not closure. I don't think there'll ever be closure.
Because
We were
time's gone by.
No, I don't think that we can fully accept that our dad is dead.
Yeah.
And so for us, there will never be a closure that we can actually say that, yes, he is passed on, and
But in our hearts, in our lives,
Well,
he's
have you met with some of the other family members?
yes.
And this is one bond that's pulling you together.
Yes.
These are good girls here. Top shelf, I said.
Well, they were today's bell ringer.
I know. Good job. Very good.
Thank you.
anytime you need them, we're here.
All right.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm covering this. I'll be here for Saturday and Sunday. So we can possibly do maybe some more of this.
We've been here every day.
Yeah, because tomorrow all 6 of us will be here.
Oh, you're gonna have a big family then.
Yeah, we'll have all
Now,
6
is it
of
what?
us.
You're all it'll be all sisters, brothers, sisters.
All sisters and brothers, yeah. Well, there'll be some of his grandchildren and great-grandchildren also here, but all 6. Tomorrow will be the first time that all 6 of us kids will be here. Of Dad's kids.
My dad's.
Now, last night when they did the candlelight,
Beautiful.
Yeah,
the
we.
echo behind the wall. Would you picture that as your dad?
Yes.
Yes. And we stood there and bawled our eyes out. It was absolutely beautiful.
This is a huge event for both Butler County and for the VA.
Yes. We were here for the first one in 2000.
Okay.
This one.
They have done a fantastic
This one.
This is what I've been hearing, that the other one wasn't as big either.
No. But this is absolutely
so
no
much
words.
going on. And some of it makes you cry, and I think it's all part of the healing.
Oh,
I mean, I did a lot of crying yesterday, but I feel more peace today.
like a part of you has accepted or is humble. He's getting recognition today that he didn't
Yes, he
get years ago.
didn't get years ago. I can remember as a kid, even whenever he was awarded with the Purple Heart and the Bronze Star, and it wasn't like a big deal. It was to us, but it wasn't
To the public.
public. It was like everyone was like, so what, you know?
Yeah.
A lot has come out over the last, I went in after Vietnam, I got out before Desert Storm. I've seen the change in the public over the last couple decades. That I have more people coming up thanking me for my service. And I'm like, I just did my job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
We
it's,
wouldn't be standing here if we hadn't done your service.
That's right.
Not your job.
not my job. All I did was keep the vehicles running.
Hey, they needed them running.
That's right.
That's like my husband said, well, I was just on a supply ship. They needed those supplies, you know.
But anybody that you're looking forward to hearing speak tomorrow and Sunday, they're having generals and people coming in.
I can't wait to hear Rocky Blyer.
I heard he's coming Sunday morning.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Rocky Blyer will be on that.
Yes.
I've
He was
enjoyed
injured.
all of the speakers that they've had, every one of them.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like, it gives you an insight of, like maybe Dad wasn't exactly a nurse or anything, you know, but it just gives you an insight of what he went through and
What they all went through.
And that's just a small
Yes.
sample.
yeah.
We would love to find somebody that knew him. Somebody from his unit.
There are sites online that, like I belong to, so the 2nd Armor, 3rd Armor, 4th Infantry, 8th Infantry, that there's actual groups. And if you put his name and even on Facebook, that I'm sure there's somebody out there going, I remember you.
Yeah, because I can remember even before he was sent to Vietnam, like the younger guys would come over to the house and that, you know, and they always called Dad Pops because he was an old man to them, you know, he was 36 years old. He wasn't a baby like they were at 18, 19. Not that I'm saying they're babies, but you know what I mean? He was considered an old man. He was called Pops.
Now that you said it, yes, they did. Oh, yeah, I heard that on there.
Well, you know, like I said, tomorrow when you're done, we can take this out.
All right, sounds great.
Yeah, because Tom is
Thank
older
you.
too. He probably has better needs.
Yes.
Yeah.